Okay, Abhinandan, congratulations once again on your success in the INET, and I believe that after succeeding in the INET, you had a rough patch while you are going through the medical, and a lot of candidates ask me doubts regarding medicals, but it would be great to hear your journey of medical. How many forms did you fill? What was the timing, and how many hours you used to take, and how many days it took? And tell us in detail about your medicals.
Well, the very first thing is thank you, sir, for this very warm greetings what you had given. Apart from that, I would rather say that when I was selected, so I was recommended on 4th of September, and from 4th till 11th my medical happens. So generally what happens is it's a prolonging period because most of the times the doctors don't have enough time. So the primary task of their own selves is to go with the patient. So this is kind of an additional thing when they are recommending and when they are doing the medical medical things. Apart from that,
so you in a group are sitting and waiting for the doctors to come, specialist doctors.
Yes.
Okay. So was there any form filling before you went for the
yes. Yeah. So the process takes a very long period because you have to fill somewhat 5 to 6 forms, and you have to carry the photographs what is being mentioned in the notification. So then you have to fill the then you have to fill the forms as well as.
Okay, so the vehicle and all is provided for you to leave the service selection center and go to the military hospital, or you have to go on your own?
So the vehicle is being provided. We also have some soldiers with us, so who usually take care of us, and it's being a very nice feeling that you are recommended and eventually you are getting such a nice behavior. So the moment you are filled up with the forms, what happened is there are 5-6 basic medical things. What happens? The ear, nose and throat test. Then you have ultrasonography. Then apart from that you have the chest and all the X-ray of that. Then eye, which is I would say is the most important thing. So there is a proper checkment of it. Then the basic checkment of how your body is functioning. And then you have the
ECG and all?
ECG and all, the carrying angle part, the knock knees. So they check the sweaty palms. So it's a very long.
How do they check the sweaty palm? Just for my.
So a doctor is there. He usually gives you some simple exercises, and then he touches the palm. So he, at that time you usually feel that you are quite
nervous.
Yes. So most of the times that happens, but you have to be as simple as well as confident, then you will be able to clear it. So then there comes with this part called as SDR. So that is temporary rejection.
Before we come to temporary rejection, tell me how many days actually it took, like you. So because a lot of candidates may not know that it takes nearly how many days for you?
Sir, for me it takes 7 days.
For you it took 7 days.
7 days.
Usually the medical takes 5 to 6 working days. Because unlike service selection board, military hospitals do not work on Sundays. So they must have taken about 7 days for you.
7 days.
So I believe that in your case you had gone after doing the LASIK surgery, and tell us about it.
So the very first thing was I was a bit nervous because I hadn't went through this classic medicals, and I was very happy. You eventually is very thrilled because you just got recommended and you are kind of busting into epitome of success. But at the very same time there is nervousness in your own self. So you kind of believe that anything could happen and you can get the rejection. So a complete nervousness, a polycumulonimbus of nervousness is there in your mind. And at the very same time, I got cleared with the ENT. I got cleared with everything.
So you were coming to know that you got cleared with ENT?
Yes.
When your medical was after your ENT medicals?
Yes. So generally the doctors won't tell you, but you rather have to get by their smile that you cleared it.
And that way.
So it's kind of a telepathic thing, but you rather can ask because you can, and you are waiting for a very long time. So they are very cordial. They are extremely professional and very cordial.
So no, the candidates need not be scared of medicals. because the doctors are cordial and nice.
Definitely.
Very nice, very nice.
So
yeah.
that is the reason why they are at such beautiful positions.
Yeah.
They are lieutenant colonel and colonels and at a very aristocratic position. So they usually take a very good care of you.
Okay.
And at the very same time, what happens is in the I part. So there is a protocol. So you have to write that your family as well as your own self.
Okay.
You don't suffer from night blindness.
Okay.
So I wrote it down, and there is second rule which says that you hadn't gone for the LASIK operation, and if you had, so you have to mention it in a separate format.
Okay.
So I had went.
You had undergone LASIK?
Yeah, I had undergone with the LASIK part 1 year ago. So I was satisfying the condition. The basic protocol is ki before 1 year, so after the LASIK, you must had gone with 1 year completion.
Okay.
And then your eyes are in a comfortable position for any of the horrendosity what they are hoping for you.
Okay.
So I filled the form, and then this part happened. I felt that I went through LASIK.
Okay.
So the board president told me that Ki Abhinandan, your eye is completely fine. I checked all the retinal thickness, all the corneal part, and even your eye is 6/6. So I was very confident. I was like very satisfied with that. But at the very same time, he also said ki now you have to undergo with the secondary medical part, which is that you have to take any of the National Medical Hospital, which is MH or
military hospital, which is equipped with screening the candidates who have undergone LASIK surgery.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So exactly. So that happened. So he told me that the MH is not having that capability to
MH at Bhopal.
MH at Bhopal. Yeah.
Okay. MH at Bhopal.
So now I was having a choice of some 8 hospitals. I chose the Army Cant, which is in Delhi. So which is the main headquarter. So now there I have to go. And we have a relaxation period of 42 days.
Okay.
So in 42 days, what generally happens is your documentation or all the documents, the files and the forms what you had filled, so they generally reach over there till 15 to 20 days.
Okay.
So you yourself have to plan. They don't give you a date.
Okay, they don't give you a date.
They don't give you a date.
Okay. Yeah.
And you yourself have to plan that
by now your documents would have reached.
And till 30 to 35 days, or I would rather say that 25 to 35 days would be more optimal.
Okay.
Because you are not being very late, you are not being very early, you are in the normal period.
Yeah. Okay.
So till 25 to 35 days, that is the excellent one. And I went over there. Then what happens is, I went to the office.
Did you have to deposit some fees or something here to go to medical hospital in Delhi?
Exactly. So what happens is, if you are getting a temporary rejection, which I got, so many of the people usually get, there are very less people who got selected in the very first attempt in the military hospital or in any of the hospitals. So generally the ratio is very less that you are completely fit. But at the very same time, what happens is you have to fill a form. Again, a challan is there of 40 rupees. So, but you have to deposit in the main branch of SBI.
Okay.
And then the documentation part is there. You just have to post it.
So you posted this challan, copy, and certain forms to Army headquarters or Army base hospital?
To Army headquarters as well as base hospital.
Okay, to both of them.
To both of them.
Yes, please.
And then what happens is
you reached Delhi?
I reached Delhi.
Okay.
And I went to the ophthalmologist. So again, Delhi, that is the headquarters. So they are very busy. They are having a hectic schedule, and most of the times you have to wait. So you just have to be patient. Be patient, because the butterflies are in your stomach and everything happens. Most of the time you are stressed. Most of the times you are like bursting into guffaws of laughter. So everything happens. All kind of emotions happen. But then I went to the ophthalmologist, and board president was there. And he said to me, he checked me in all the cases what the previous military hospital had checked, and at the very same time he told me that Abhinandan, the entry for which, the branch for which you are selected,
which was that branch? Yeah.
Which was Hydro.
Okay.
Hydro as well as the GSX, which is General Service Executive Cadre.
Yes.
So he told me that for this branch only LASIK is not allowed, and for the rest 8 branches LASIK is allowed. So I was completely flabbergasted, because all my parents, my own self, I was very enthusiastic and with full of zeal that I got the recommendation in the very first attempt, and I was completely.
I know there would be a shock that for other branches this LASIX was being permitted. However, for the branch that you had opted for, that is Hydro and GSEX, for that branch they said that it is permanent rejection in case of LASIX.
Exactly.
Okay, then what
exactly.
did you do? Yeah.
So I just asked him that the cutoff of Hydro is quite more than rest of the branches. So I asked him if Navy can substitute me in any of the other branches. So the board president just answered me that I am the president of the ophthalmologist part, so I can't tell you this. And I was thinking that I got the complete rejection because I was not having any hopes. And at the very same time, what happens is I just recall the very classic person which I believe I had also wrote a poem on him, and which is Commander Rathore. And I was knowing that he is a solution oriented person, so he'll be giving me solutions because he himself is being the commander in Navy and he is knowing the rules and protocols of the Navy. And at the very same time, I do share a very good bond with him. So I called him immediately after the president told me that I was not
permanently unfit for
Hydro branch.
Okay.
So I was fit for other branches.
Okay.
So I called him, I elucidated.
Called him means you called me.
Yeah, sir, I called. I called sir.
Okay.
And at the very same time, I elucidated him. I also said कि समय को लग रहा है कि अभी रिजेक्शन हो गया है और अब मेरे को यूपीएससी पढ़ना पड़ेगा.
Okay.
And he calmed me down. That's the very classic thing because I believe that at that time I needs that satisfactory word. And he said that okay, I am checking all the protocols and I'll be giving you a reply in a while. And I stood up there and I was just waiting for the call and all the emotions were coming in my head, and at the very same time I was thinking, do I need to call my parents and tell them that I got a rejection? But after I would say 45 minutes, sir, after doing all the checkments, all the website visiting the naval headquarters, and he had done all his part, and then he called me, he with a smile said that Abhinandan, there is a new protocol which permits LASIK, and that protocol is for the candidates who had gone for the SSB after August 2020. So that was like a beautiful solution.
Yeah, I know. डूबते को तिनके का सहारा.
बिल्कुल डूबते को तिनके का ही सहारा था वो. और बिल्कुल जैसे कमाली हो गया. मैंने उस समय तक तो किसी को नहीं बताया था. So there were some soldiers who were accompanying me over there, and even they were just like कि मेरा बिल्कुल रिजेक्शन हो गया है. और मैं अपने घर पे भी कॉल करने वाला था, तब तक सर का कॉल आया. And sir told me कि Abhinandan, there is a protocol. Then what happens is I had gone to the board president. I told him about this. Sir also sent me the screenshot as well as the
I had actually sent you the screenshot of the letter because I did not have that letter in my hand. Yes. But I was able to lay my hands through the websites, this particular letter, because I recollected when the changes had been brought about. So I recollected, and you are lucky that you gave me a call before moving out from the military hospital. Soon you were told that you are permanently rejected. Anyway, so go ahead with your part.
Yeah, so sir, when I called sir, so sir told me two things. The very first one is कि Abhinandan, you don't have to be so in that negative mood. What you have to do is just go to the naval headquarters and write an application that if Navy is permitting you in any of the branches, that would be more classic. So I was like, okay, so this is a very good solution. And then after 15 minutes, sir again called me and he told me about that letter, that there is a protocol, there is an amendment in the protocol that for now, after August 2020, the candidates are permitted for the LASIK in any of the branches of Navy. So apart from the fighter jets, so you rather can go with the normal flying, but not the fighter jets. So this was something, and sir, then I asked the ophthalmologist, the president over there. I told him. He said, "Ki beta, I don't have that letter." So I gave him that screenshot, but he said that till he's not having the letter, he won't be able to pass me.
Okay, so he wanted a physical copy of that letter.
Yes.
Okay, so how did they get physical copy and when did they get?
So it is very strange that even the army medical cant or the medical main hospital was not having the copy because they are supposed to have this. And this is very classic that sir was knowing about it. And at the very same time, now again what I had done is I mailed the DMPR, which is the recruiting part of the Navy. So there is a protocol that if a recommended candidate is mailing you, they usually give a reply in 1 day or in less than 1 day.
Okay.
So I mailed them. I again had gone to the board president, the main recruiting board president.
In military hospital?
In military hospital only.
Okay.
And again I wrote an application that since he is not since
they are not having the
they
letter.
are not having the letter.
Okay.
What is going with that I have to reschedule my return journey.
Okay.
So that was something. Then what happens is I had checked the websites. I myself printed the letter.
Okay.
I called the DMPR and there were some of the people whom I would rather say that they are in the forces, so they helped me. He called the DMPR, he called the naval headquarters, and from there very urgently that letter is being brought out.
It was sent physically or by fax or email?
By fax it was sent
to the military
hospital.
Okay.
And physically there was a soldier who came and he gave the letter to the colonel.
So our armed forces, you see, for a recommended candidate, that means they are already considering you as an officer. They have gone all the way by sending a person, that is a sailor, with the letter to the military hospital. So we can only see that what a beautiful forces you are going to join. Though there was a slip up in the part that yes, military hospital did not have a copy of that letter. I do agree.
Exactly.
But the rest of the thing, you cannot say that there is any blemish on our armed forces in helping out a candidate.
Exactly. So one of the most professional forces, and I would rather say that I got all the solutions. कभी कभी कुछ हो जाता है कि I was very confident with the written examination. I got recommended in the very first attempt. And then कभी कभी वो ज़रूरी भी होता है कि आपको एक थोड़ा सा झटका मिले, तो वो मेरे को बराबर मिला. और उसके बाद then there was a big solution. So he gave me the solution, commander sir gave me the solution, and I got the letter. And then मैं वहीं पे रुका रहा. Medical में उन्होंने the board president had also told me कि you are fit now. So he wrote it down that post leadership status is fit of Abhinandan Shukla, and he is recommended. He is fit for both the branches, which is GSX and Hydro. And then even मैं घर नहीं गया, तो मैं फिर भी वहीं रुका रहा. फिर मेरी फाइल पहुंची जो नेवल हेडक्वार्टर नहीं, जहाँ पे जो द आर्मी कैंट. And then I myself checked it कि लिखा है कि वो पुराना वाला फॉर्म नहीं चले जाए. तो वहाँ बिल्कुल फिट लिखा था. So then this is the complete journey that finally I got fit, and this was the thing.
Very nice, Abhinandan. I'm very happy for you, and I'm also very happy that you called me up from Delhi and I was able to help you while I was here in Bhopal. And finally we have a candidate who has gone through his medicals in Bhopal and who was temporarily put under rejection. He has gone to Delhi, all the way to Delhi, and finally has got permanently fit for the branch that he had applied for, that is Hydro and GSCX. So congratulations once again, and I will request you that you keep guiding our students as an academy in say lecturate, or in say how an interview should go on. So because a mock interview like that or a lecturate session like that will tell our candidates that this is the base that we should be performing at, and then they will also get selected.
Yes.
So thank you very much, Abhinandan. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you, sir.